Hello, this is Sirrano Keith Baldeo, and I'm here to talk to you about Dallas's stolen election case. I am a conservative, and I ran against a Democrat, but yet Dallas is, and we're not supposed to use those things to win a Dallas election. But there's a couple of judges that are involved here that really is working me over on this case as a conservative. Because although Dallas is an independent city and you're supposed to run independent, they are using the Democratic judges to try to continue to steal this election. I'm going to give you the case. It's DC 24-20-167. It is in the 298th court before Judge Emily Tobolosky. So tomorrow, June July 7th, 2026, this case comes up for trial. They have been doing everything to try to disrupt this case and discredit me. Those attorneys that went in the name of Kathy Stewart to my ex, reopened my divorce, her divorce, while it's in the appeals court, had tried to put me in jail. Yes, they tried to put me in jail for Kathy Stewart, the councilwoman in District 10 Dallas. And then they seized my home, they seized my property, they destroyed all the evidence that I had on this case. I had to deem myself not ready 4 months ago because I could not recreate all the evidence where I was ready to go after this woman. So now I have to get the help of the State Election Commission. I have to get to subpoena, because they said you have to subpoena, the Texas Bar Association and the City of Dallas Secretary. They're the ones who knows about these documents when you fill them out. They're the ones that knows how you have to file and what if you fill out any wrong information on it, whether or not it's still valid. So now I have to subpoena them, but the trial is tomorrow, and I've been trying to contact them. By the time I get to somebody, they told me, we don't know what to do. The only thing you could do is by subpoena. You have to get the judge to send out subpoenas. So tomorrow is the trial, and they try to disrupt my life as much as they can. They have all Democratic judges helping her. And when I say helping her, they're trying to use jurisdiction and all this kind of stuff. My only recourse is I have the appeals court on standby. Because the last time Judge Monica Purdy had the case, she said, I have no jurisdiction, and because of time, I'm dismissing it. You can go to the appeals court if you want. I'm pro se, so she probably figured I won't. So I went to the appeals court. I wrote to them, and I told them what she was doing. I didn't have to file a writ of mandamus. And they all of a sudden, she got a light in her head that, oh, I do have jurisdiction. Because you know why? She knows the judicial board, the appellate court, the Fifth Circuit appellate court, will look at the law and look at her decision and says, how it is you have no jurisdiction when the law says you have jurisdiction. So they're lying. The judges are lying to help her. So now she said she has jurisdiction, and then she says she's not. Then she had the case closed. Now I have jurisdiction, and she sat on the case to do nothing about it. I wrote to her. I said, you need to go to trial. She did nothing. So she delayed it more. So she knew that the appeals court told me you can also, she didn't say also, they said you have to file when it's ripe, after the election. So I waited for the election to over. But I still have to challenge Purdy that she's saying somebody has no recourse if you find somebody lying on their application. So she's just trying to help the Democratic councilwoman. And they figure I'm pro se, so I have nobody helping me because I can't afford an attorney. And so she's got 3 attorneys on her side. Why would you bring 3 attorneys? Because you knew you lied. You knew you lied, so you have to get these attorneys to use all kind of jurisdiction, distraction. So after Judge Purdy went to the appeals court says, file on this time. I filed on this time. Now they're saying again, I don't have jurisdiction. So when do I have jurisdiction? When does anybody have jurisdiction when somebody defrauded another person in an election challenge? So if you're challenging the election and say they lied on the application, what the court is saying that, well, you have no jurisdiction over that. I have no jurisdiction. They can lie. It's okay. So she voided the law that says somebody can lie on the application. Because apparently to Judge Monica Purdy, you can lie. It's okay. There's no jurisdiction to hold you accountable. Wrong. So now we're before Judge Emily Tobolosky, right? And we're sitting there, and they had service. And during the service, Kathy said she wasn't served. But there's 4 to 6 times that people went to her doorstep that she said she was living there. If you're living there, you're telling me you never get service? But now it proves that she's lying. So anyway, her husband went and sat at the house, and when they came, they said, oh, she's not here, here's some clothes, whatever. So they're covering up, right? So what I don't have on my side is the money for a detective. I don't have Republicans on my side saying, hey, they're going to take off on one of our own. They're helping their own. But we have you as our own. We're going to jump in here and try to help you. The worst thing that the Democrats want to see is a conservative sitting on the Dallas City Council, especially a minority in the district that I live, District 10. So they're trying their very best to influence the judges not to give me justice. Justice is very clear. Look at the application. Did she lie about her occupation? Is she a lawyer? No. She's not a lawyer. Then you can't put that down. Void. Then another thing, she said she's been living there for 41 years. Have you been living there for 41 years? No. How long? And that particular address, 3 years. Then it has to be 3 years here. If it's not, the application is voided. Her election is voided, right? So then you come back to between the 2 years, she says she only's been living here 1 year. Now, it's an error. It's an error in the application that she says, I've been living here for 1 year. From 2000, for 41 years, for 40 years to 41 years, I've been living at this address. When she filled out an application 2 years ago. It's still an error. And when there's an error on the application is voided. Whether it's a date, whether it's a number, whether it's anything, if you fill out anything wrong on the application, is voided. She said she's been voting in the district for 40 years. Election Commission shows she's only been voting the time she ran for election. She's never been voting here before. So how it is you've been here 41 years, voting 41 years, but all these lies are being told, and the Democratic judges are helping her. They're trying to help her cover up. They don't even want it to go to trial. They're using jurisdiction. They're using all this stuff to try to block it from going to trial. And if this was a Republican state or a normal state, this trial would have been done a year ago. It's a year. I've lost $60,000 in salary and benefits because of the judges. It's not because of Kathy Stewart. You got to understand it's the judges that is the one that's helping. Anybody can file something. Anybody can lie in court. And lawyers can lie all the time. But it's the judges to say, well, this is not correct. It says here you have to be living here continually for the number of time you put down here. You can't add up 4 different districts or 4 different residency and say, well, I lived here 7 years, 4 years, 10 years, 12 years, and that's 41. Well, whatever the number is. You have to put down the address that you're on that says how long have you been living there continuously. That is the law. And she says 41 years. Well, it's wrong. She's been living there 3 years or 2.5 years when she filed to run, right? So she's lying or misappropriating or calculating the numbers. But the judges doesn't want to get to that. They don't want to get to look, because that's the first thing that would disqualify her. You have to be living here continuously on this time, continuously. And if you say 41 years, have you been living at this address 41 years? And if the answer is no, the application is voided and she has to be removed from the position. And she cheated me, so I get to be in that position because I was the only other person on the ballot. Had she not lied and had she been removed, the time when she'd be removed, I would have been placed in there. But the judges are playing games. They're trying to help her. And it's clear that they're trying to help her. So I have the trial tomorrow, July 7th. I don't have a lawyer. My ex took the $1.2 million. Lawyers to Kathy Stewart came in and says they want me vexatious not to sue her. You know, they got that. These lawyers for Kathy Stewart tried to put me in jail because I sued her for retaliation. So she has all the Democratic judges and all the Democratic people helping her in Dallas, Texas, and the seat is rightfully mine. Where the Republicans, judges, and lawyers that are supposed to be helping me do the right thing and stop the steal on my election seat? Where are they? So this is Sirrano. Thanks for watching. Follow the case. Again, it's case number 24-DC 2420167. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.